welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for saying yes, especially to speaking with our audience and having to celebrate you. 20 years is it's a big feat. It's a milestone not many, especially in this industry, get to achieve, and you did that. To kick it off, how are you feeling regarding your 20 years in the music industry?
I don't know. Actually, nobody has ever asked me this question. It's not so much in the feelings, but it's more in the making things happen. And I think when you reach this stage of life, you kind of look back and see how far you've come. And obviously, there's a part of you that is grateful. And obviously, there's also a part of you that feels like, I have so much to do. There's so much that needs to be done. So that's why I'm saying I'm not so much in my fields, but more in the practicalities of things. Like there's so many things I want to do in celebration of 20 years. So I at this point, I'm not so much in my feelings. Maybe next year I'll be in my feelings. But for now, I need to make things happen. Like I have a lot to consider. I have businesses in place in celebration of 20 years. So I'm not in my feelings. I have to be practical.
And practical you are. You've shown and proven that many, many years. But the main thing is that you have been in the public eye for many years. How would you best describe Kelly Khumalo today as opposed to 10 or 20 years ago?
Kelly Khumalo today is that one person that I appreciate more than a person I was maybe 20 years ago or 10 years ago. The Kelly Khumalo today does not care what people think of her. The Kelly Khumalo today is not defined by people's expectations or perceptions of her. So she is a liberated being, not defined by society. So I appreciate her more.
I want you to take me back to the young Kelly. How was she like?
The young Kelly was I think when I think of that part of my life, I always think of my last born. My last born is like literally like me, fearless, very fearless, and very free, carefree, and very much alive, full of life. I think that's what she was. As compared to now, society or life sort of waters you down to a person where now you find yourself having to hold back from a whole lot of things that you shouldn't hold back from. So I've come in full circle. You see, that girl who was fearless is now here. Yes, I've come in full circle.
And that young girl, what did she love the most? I mean, obviously music was the center, but what did she love?
Music was the only thing. I've never been that person who is into a whole lot of things. I just loved my music. I sang a lot. Even Amazanzani, we're all about music. Let's play church. Let's play choir. Let's play anything that I played with or I toyed around with. It had to be something that had to do with music. I even had a doll that had music in it. It's like ding dong, ding 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 dong, ding ding. So I've always been about music.
Yeah. And if, let's say, Kelly's done playing with her friends from around the corner and back home, what type of music would she sing on her way home or on her way to school? Which voices or music would you say influenced you when you were young?
Whitney Houston was a big influence. Aretha, Mariah, Kajanine. I remember in the days of Channel O where we used to have music books and we would wake up when Channel O was still on secular TV and we would wake up and write songs and wait for all our favorites to come on. So I would say definitely Whitney Houston, Aretha, Angelique Kidjo, Kajanine. They played a lot of Selif Keita as well at that time. Brenda Fassie, Busim Mhlongo. So those were the people that helped shape the the music person that I am today.
Having named all those big names, who was your first encounter, famous encounter? Who would you say was your first celebrity, and how did you feel?
It was my first encounter, and I was still just trying to find my way in the music industry. My sister and I, at the time, we went to Baseline. We had been booked for to be backup singer for some artists who came from Africa looking for backup singers. And then in the corridors, and we bumped into Brenda, and I was like, oh my God. Literally kissed my sister, and I was like, oh, okay. Because she was that free spirit. She was like, oh, Nana, you are so cute. Mwah. And I was like, oh, that's Brenda Fassie. Okay. So Brenda Fassie was the first one. And I think another significant one was Angelique Kidjo. We were doing Makufe. I was already in the industry, and I was booked to perform alongside her and Maxwell on the night. And I bumped into her backstage, and I was like, I'm not letting this go. I'd like a picture. And in those days, we did not have social media. We had Facebook, and I was not into Facebook. So somewhere in the house, I still have a picture of Angelique Kidjo and myself backstage at Makufe.
Yeah. I mean, also speaking about your Makufes, speaking about like the stages that you've performed on, do you remember your very first performances on stage? And how were you feeling, especially the teething moments of your career? Do you remember the performances?
Very much teething. I think my first significant one was a game between Chiefs and Ajax at FNB Stadium. Yeah, and that was my first performance. I was booked to perform at halftime.
Okay.
Yes, and my song, Benisela, was very big at the time. But nobody knew who I was. They just knew the song. They did not know, they could not put the face to the song as yet. Yep.
And I remember Rajaiva doing Benisela. And you were doing the things on stage, though, right?
Well, I had fun. I was young. I had fun. That was then, and now it's now.
Okay. We're still on that then part. Say now you're performing, and Kelly's name is now being known. When did you really see that now I am famous? Which moment would you say you could tell that you're famous?
When I went into the bank and I could not do the things that I would normally do, just stand in the queue without people fussing over me and some pointing fingers like, it's her, it's her, it's her. And I think another significant moment that made me realize that my privacy is gone and that girl who sang at church is now gone and she now belongs to the world is when I landed from a performance in, I think we were doing Mhlobo Wenene outside broadcasting in was it PE or East London? when I landed, there was a huge headline, Kelly the Virgin. I was like, okay, and everyone's like, yeah. Even the waiter, I went into Wimpy there, the waiter's like, did you see this? And I was like, oh, Ngosiam. Oh, okay.
And how did you feel seeing that?
It was weird. Okay. It was weird. My thing, what the media gave me was a very weird taste of what I had imagined my music career to be. A very weird taste. My goal was just go in and sing. The other stuff that came with it is not what I asked for, really, even today. Yeah. It's really not what I asked for. I just want to sing. Yeah. Really, I just want to sing. The rest, it's my life. Whatever goes on in my life, it's my life. It should not be that important to you that you stop listening to the very thing that I was created to do.
Yeah. I mean, before the media portrayed what you're saying could be a different, or is a different Kelly Khumalo, do you remember how it felt to be embraced by a whole nation or by people without any other like stuff, including your name or around your name? Do you remember how it felt to be embraced, genuinely embraced by yourself?
I'm always embraced wherever I go. I'm yet to meet those ones who somehow feel some type of way about me. I'm yet to meet them face to face, and let's see how that would turn out. But I've always bumped into people that actually appreciate what I do. I mean, the last time I was in Sun City for a celebrity tour, oh my God, I've had so many beautiful encounters. But then again, you understand that there's people of your caliber that would understand why you are the person that you are and why your journey is the way that you are. It is, and they appreciate it and they can relate to it. Maybe it's because I meet people who relate with me as a person and they are warm towards me.
Now let's talk about music. And then there's all the defamatory things. I'm going to frame it as defamatory because, in a way, it tipples who you are, your image.
Nobody knows who I am but me.
Okay.
And I'm yet to meet this person that they have portrayed. I can't wait to meet her.
Yeah. But who is Kelly Khumalo? In this instance, let me take this opportunity to say, according to you, who's Kelly Khumalo?
You see now, having a candid conversation with you, that's me. I'm not sugar-coated. I'm never with a veil. What you see is exactly what you get. But also, I mirror who you are all the time. So if you are going to be nasty, I'm going to be nasty. But if you are going to be great, I always mirror in my surroundings.
Yeah.
If I get to a pleasant place, the pleasant me comes out. If I get to unpleasant settings, I give exactly what I get there.
Yeah. Has it been tough maneuvering around? Because we're going to get into the controversial part of your career.
How many? What defines maneuvering?
Maneuvering. Okay. How do you, as Kelly Khumalo, walk about life knowing that there are things out there that have been said or that have been done, or a narrative that's been pushed?
I must wake up in my bed and think about what Binky from Rockville has said about me and what she thinks about me, and then let that determine how I maneuver in my life.
But these are the people that listen to your music, you know.
No, people who listen to my music are different kind of people. They are a reflection of me, and I am a reflection of them. So those are not my people. So I'm asking you that I must get out of my bed and think about Pinky, whom I've never met, whom I don't know from a bar of soap, and allow that person's perception of me determine how I live my life. Where is the truth in that?
The truth is in your music, I believe, right? The truth is in your music. You've spoken publicly about abusive relationships or being in situations that are quite unfortunate. How do you, in a way, pin those experiences in your approach to love, trust, or motherhood?
Unfortunate circumstances being pinned into love, motherhood, and just me living my life as a woman in our society. Unfortunate circumstances. The word unfortunate in itself is it tells you that it's an unfortunate event that should not also determine how I approach motherhood and my life as a woman, because it's an unfortunate. Because once you get to consume and allow that to drive how you tackle life as an individual, then it's a problem. You are operating from an unfortunate event.
And what I'm picking up is that it being unfortunate, it takes away from the joy of it all. Would you say, with that unfortunate situation, it has taken away?
In that moment when the unfortunate event takes place, it does take away the joy. But what you do is determined, how you live your life going forward is determined by you as an individual. You choose whether that unfortunate event will determine how you move forward, or will you allow it to steal your joy, or will you carry on, learn from it, and learn how to choose partners going forward.
And speaking about unfortunate, over the past decade, one would say you have been at the center of an unfortunate, I don't want to say it's situation, because situation, it dilutes it, an ordeal. Would you say Kelly has been genuinely happy in the past decade? How has Kelly been mentally or and emotionally as well?
I'm sure all of you would love to hear that I am mentally a mess or whatever. I'm sorry to disappoint even the people watching at home, or even you, if you were hoping that maybe I might have had a mental breakdown based on what's being said about me in the media. No, I have not. I could have. I really could have. But I look at things from a very high point of view. And also, I know me. You see, when you get to understand who you are, it becomes a whole different world together. Maybe I'm a different species. Maybe I don't fit into this world. Maybe, it's not even a maybe, I don't actually. I'm a different species. I look at life differently. And I'm just not defined by circumstances. And I think also, one would say, probably Kelly's being defensive and whatnot. I'm not. I've woke up and made a choice that I see where this is going. And I'm not going there with you. You are not going to take me there with you. If you want to go there, you go there on your own.
And we've seen you do that.
And you guys went there on your own. I
hear you that people went there on their own. But then coming back to Kelly, you managed to live and continue your life.
I didn't manage.
Okay, it seems like life has moved.
Babes, I've lived.
Yes.
I didn't manage. Do I look like a person who's managed? I'm not managing. I'm living. Your perception of what my life should be, or what society's perception of what my life should be, it's not going to be. I've been living. I woke up, made a decision that I'm not going to let all this nonsense cloud my judgment of how my life should be. And I woke up and I lived, and I've been living since then. So,
I mean, you have. We see you being a new mom again. How has that been like, especially under so much scrutiny, so much back and forth?
I don't live my life under scrutiny. I don't live my life under perception. I don't live my life thinking about what would Sowetan think? What would Sunday Sun think? Or if I had to bump into a photographer and I have a glass of wine, what would they think? I don't care. I am living my life. I woke up and made a decision not to care. And it seems to work for me. So when motherhood comes, it doesn't come with a tag of what would Nomsa think. It comes with just motherhood through the lens of Kelly Khumalo, not how would the world see it. So motherhood comes through in my lens, not in anyone else's lens.
Okay. And I mean, on the topic of motherhood, how's it been so far? Especially under...
No, that's not a joke. I will tell you that for free. You know, I remember my first interview when I was asked about motherhood after I'd just given birth to Christian. And I was like, oh my God, it is so beautiful. Lord, I love my son. I feel differently now. That was all a lie. I can tell you that for free. Every mother that comes and says, oh my God, they're lying. Motherhood is not for the faint-hearted. Motherhood is for soldiers who are godly trusted. That's motherhood. Kids will test your faith. Kids will test your love. Kids will test your patience. Kids will test your medulla as well, because they talk back and they want to know how you've arrived at that point, why you've decided to tell them they can't go next door. You must explain. So motherhood is not all hanky-dory. The beautiful moments are very few. The entire journey is a struggle. But now when those beautiful moments come, they make up for all the hardships.
What do you love most about your kids?
That they are a reflection of me. They mirror me in everything. And also, them being a reflection, they also have signs of being a better version of me, an upgraded version of me. So it's nice to see a better version of me.
What are you hoping that they achieve one day?
I'm hoping they will one day wake up and decide not to let their lives be defined by society. That's all I want for them. Anything else they can do, but as long as they live their lives for them, not for people.
I mean, over the past decade, the Senzo Meyiwa case has been a recurring headline in your life. How would you say the process has been living under and going about life in this with the case?
I woke up and decided this is not for me. Therefore, I'm not going to even take my 20 years of hard work and make it become about nonsense. It has become nonsense in my world. It lost its credibility long time ago, and it ends now, and it ends here. It's never going to be. My interview of 20 years in music and my hard work as a woman and as a mom cannot be clouded by something that was built by someone else other than me. So, it's a no.
Would you say you've had to develop like a tough skin?
I don't develop a tough skin. I am a tough skin. I was born like this. So I'm at the point where I'm not going to entertain anything that's going to come and piss on something that I've sweated on for the past 20 years, and I've spent sleepless nights building, and just have every time you go into an interview, Kelly, what people have asked me about the same thing over and over and over. You are going to get the same answer. I am no longer interested in this topic, and case closed.
Okay. And is this you saying that you don't want further questions about it?
No.
Or you're not comfortable with continuing on?
If you are going to talk to me about Senzo as a father, as a lover, then we can talk.
Let's talk about that.
About someone,
how was he like?
Someone that I know.
How was he like as a lover?
Then if you're going to ask me about what's happening outside of what I know, then I can't be part of that stew, darling. It's not part of my cooking. Okay? But if you ask me about something that I know of, I will definitely have a conversation with you.
Okay, perfect. Now let's touch on, let's sway a little bit, but touching on Senzo. How was he like as a lover and as a father? What do you remember most about him?
Kofi, the goofiest person I've ever known, the stupidest person I have ever known, the most genuine human being I've ever known, the most loving and giving person I've ever known, the best friend and the brother I've ever had.
And do you see that in your daughter?
Well, she's very tomboyish. She is loving. Maybe I'm yet to see, maybe the more soccer based self or of herself is more of her father. But personality-wise, I'm yet to see. I do see the bits and pieces, but I'm yet to see the more of the father. The father was so giving, so loving, to a point of his predicament, I think, at some point. He was just too loving and too accommodative even in things that he shouldn't have accommodated in his life.
And through this whole ordeal, what would you say has been Kelly Khumalo's biggest takeaway? Having had the back.
Don't take things from ordeals that I did not create. What am I taking from something that has nothing to do with me? In fact, what am I taking from something that is designed to take from me? I don't have time for that.
Yeah. And last question on motherhood. What other qualities or traits that you hope your kids one day exercise or practice, besides the fact that they can't let society define them, but what traits do you want them to possess one day?
My protectiveness. And I parent with truth and finesse. I live by my words. I'm a woman of my word. If I say I'm going to show up, I show up. And I think also loyalty is very important in motherhood. You are loyal to your kids, nothing else to your kids. So I think those are the things that I would want my kids to take from me as parents. And being present. I am such a present parent. I'm a Mina. No, akunarilo odingekayo. You see present parents through their kids.
Why is that important to you?
It helps define what I would like to see my kids become one day. So you cannot be absent and then hope that your kids turn out to be great. How? God trusted you to help refine that human being, teach them things, show them the way, hold their hand. So how are you going to do that if you are absent? You need to be present at all times. I pride myself in being present.
Yeah. Is there a fond memory that you remember of you and Senzo or any of your partners? And the Kelly. So I want you to tell me about the Kelly.
We've had very many fond moments. I think that was one genuine relationship that I really have ever had in my entire existence. That relationship was there to make me to break down the walls I've had in my upbringing, and also just allow love to love me. Even when love got tough, love was still love, between the two of us. So we've always had our goofy moments. We've had so many goofy moments. And more than anything, him and I were more like brother and sister more than anything. So we used to have this game where I think it was so funny. That game was, we used to pour cold drink, right? Put it in a glass, on both glasses. So mawuphuze waphuza wafika la nami ngayibeka la uyibeke khona ngiyakushada mfethu. Very much possible. I can tell you that for free. So and we were having Fanta Pine. That was his favorite drink, Fanta Pine. So he drank, it went all the way down. I drank, it went all the way there, and it sat right there. And he says, no, uyangskema, let's drink again. He drank again, and I drank again, and it ended there. The next day, he came home with a catalog of rings, and he was like, choose your ring.
Oh, wow. That is so beautiful.
It was the most beautiful thing ever. So when this whole thing happened, it was like, oh, okay. Is that how you think this person sees me? Yeah. Your joke is on you.
Yeah. And when he passed away, how did you feel? How did that make Kelly feel?
I lost my best friend. I lost a part of me that I will never get back. It's life.
And the hopes for the case? What are your hopes?
None of my business. I don't have hopes for rubbish. Mm-hmm. I have no hopes for rubbish. I'm sorry. I said what I said.
Now, let's come back to your career. Kelly at the height of her career. You were killing it. You were blazing on this stage, music-wise and everything. What do you remember most about the height, your career?
I have not seen my height. It's your height. It's your height, not mine. I will tell you one day again, we'll have this conversation again. Maybe you'll be working at... what's that? Wait, I will tell you. CNN.
Yeah, I
You'll be working at CNN. At that time, you have to go through 7 people to get to me. But the minute they say your name, I'll be like, oh, okay. I promised her an interview. Let's have this interview again. So please save this.
We definitely will.
Yeah.
I mean, 7 people, that means, hey, Miguel, you'll be at the height. Now, still on my question, whatever you might describe it, what do you remember most about that plateau of your life?
I really... Sure, this is a weird question to answer for me. Or maybe I've never looked at my life that way. There's a kind of, maybe it's a good thing or maybe it's a bad thing. I don't know where to place it. That I'm so focused in where I'm going that maybe I've missed the heights that everyone is looking at. I remember one time when I first won Best Female. It was my first award. And they announced my name and they're like, Kelly Khumalo. I was like, okay. My sister's like, and then I get up and I go there and I acknowledge everything. And then I get off, and then I get to my hotel. I'm searching for this feeling. I'm searching. I really am searching for this feeling. I searched the entire night and weeks after that, and I realized this is not what I am doing this for, actually. I am not doing this for awards. I'm not doing this for, hey, she's at the height of her career. I think my perception of this whole thing is not based on what everyone celebrates. It actually isn't. I've searched for that feeling, there's something magical that I'm waiting for, and I didn't get it. However, when I get on stage and I see someone going into a trance and someone losing their marbles, not over me, but on the fact that they are so connected in this thing that I'm singing about or in this energy that I've brought into the stage, then the magical moment happens for me. So the magical moment is not in the placards and how many streams I've had. Great, it's amazing, but that's not my magical moment.
Do you think you celebrate yourself enough?
I know I'm great. I know I'm amazing. That I know. But for me, it's like, I'm great every day. What's new? So my high is not everyone's high. It's different. It's not on meaningless things like I've acquired, I've bought houses, or I've bought cars, or I've traveled, or I've met so and so. That's not my high. My high is knowing that I've touched someone's life out there and something changed in their spirit on that day just by how I have. No, I don't get downloads in the middle of a. No. Anyway, so my high is a different kind of high.
20 years is a long time. Do you have any memorable moments or heights? Or I know you are trying to sway away from that.
I've had so many highs.
Memorable moments?
Well, there are highs that are highs.
Yeah.
Sure.
20 years is a long time.
Yeah, well, my highs more because it's 20 years. I'm old. I'm 41 years old this year. My highs more
or memorable moments.
You know, things change when you awaken, and things change when you grow. And what you used to perceive as highs, you look at them now. I should have thought about this coming here. I should have, because now that you are asking me, memorable. It's like I got on stage, and I rocked, and I got off. Great, I'm going home. Bye.
But I don't believe that was the case at the beginning.
No, it wasn't. And that's why I'm saying to you, wow, what I thought was a high is no longer a high. It actually, maybe I'm yet to find another high. It's been great. Really, it has been amazing.
Yeah. Who has been there for you in the past 20 years? And I'm talking about industry mates very well.
I don't do industry anymore. That's another thing.
Why is that the case?
Industry is very superficial. Industry is very fake. Very fake. It's if you have genuine people around you, then you are blessed. But everything is about your next hit? Oh, when are you, even the questions that you get, oh, even the compliments, or even someone trying to make conversation. It's not about how are you, and I look at you in the face because I really genuinely want to know how you are doing. It's always about, oh, I listened to your interview, oh, I love your new song. Yuck. What's genuine about that? Do you even know me as a person? When you want to see how genuine people are in this industry, wait for something bad to happen to you and look at your phone and see if it would ring.
Would you say you're lonely though?
I'm not lonely. I'm never. In fact,
especially in the industry, you know what I mean?
Let me tell you, this does not mean that I don't have people in my life. I'm just not fascinated by industry people. Because in the 20 years that I've been, I've learned to see that it is just a business. Get in there, work, and get out. Don't place your life on it and create a superficial reality of what it is. It is what it is. It's just entertainment. People live to entertain. They get in there, entertain, and the entertainment of it is not the truth.
Usually when people usually when people have or are experiencing a milestone like yours, 20 years is a big feat. Are you feeling like celebrating? Do you think this is a celebration of 20 years?
Oh, definitely. This is a celebration of me. This is a celebration of me and how far I've come as an individual and the things that I have learned and the woman I have become in the 20 years. So it's not so much of us celebrating Bizani Abobani and lie to each other some more. No, I'm going within and celebrating what I've put out there and shared with the world and shared with my fans. That's what I'm doing.
I like that you answered that way because the last time we spoke was in 2019. You might not remember, but I do. And you were talking about claiming back your power.
I have my power back, hence I'm the way I am.
No, I'm saying then, at the time. I wrote a whole article about it.
I love it. I love that you remember. And for me, it's a beautiful tie-up story because when we met, I'm quoting you now because I'm sakhumbula tengo. Quoting you, you're saying, I'm taking my power back. I'm rightfully in my power. I'm right in there, esihlalweni sami, my rightful place.
Okay. Hence, I'm going to continue the question. Between 2019, you mentioned that, and you said it that way, right? That you're claiming your power, and that's what your music is about, and your
so
song.
20 by much.
2025. Probably
so
6 years ago.
I had a conversation with you 6 years ago.
Yes, and that was the last time.
That was a long time ago.
You know? And at the time you were talking about how you're claiming your power, especially as a woman, and you had songs. I'm not really Zulu like that, so I don't remember the title of the songs. And they were quite popular, right? And now we're back here again, 6 years later. You've been cooking up some music. Take me through everything, from the process of your new album, the mood in the studio.
What an abusive moment. Actual.
What do you mean?
What a very abusive. You know, I've learned, I told you that 40 comes with a lot of honesty also. We don't sugarcoat things. We tell it like it is. It has been emotionally abusive to me. Up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down, to a point where I'm like, okay, it's beautiful music, don't get me wrong. Oh, no. But now I actually, it's maybe abusive, it's like a very, maybe a harsh word. I'm trying to find maybe a suitable word that is less harsh. But it felt like abuse spiritually. It did. It felt like abuse. But also, maybe, that it's redirection. Let me tell you why it felt like abuse. It felt like abuse simply because I'm used to being in control. I want to control how this camera looks at me. I want to control how this door opens itself to me. But when you are awakened you allow a power beyond you to control you, and when it takes over, it knows the things that you don't know. It sees the things that you don't see. It plans before you plan. So therefore, your plan is this much, and the power that governs you, the plan is this much. But your lens goes to this point. Therefore, you feel the abuse, because when things don't go according to your plan, you feel like it's an abuse, but it's a redirection. Hence, I'm calling it an abuse, because to me, I'm a person of control. I love to control my world. I love to control how things happen in my world. I forget sometimes that I'm controlled by God, and God sees things before I see them, therefore redirects me. So that's where the abuse is. Hence, I needed to
say it like that. But then redirection, what type of direction did you now have to take? That's opposed to what you know.
Direction, Roshika. Am I allowed to divulge? Yeah. Okay. So. The redirection is based on a rebirth. So when you are going through a rebirth, it does come with feelings of abuse, because you are shedding certain things, and at some point you are in the dark, you can't see, you feel like you are dying, but you are not dying, you are being born again. So that's where my analogy of abuse comes from. So spiritually, I've had to, musically, I've had to go through literally the metamorphosis to get to the rebirth. So can you understand? I had to choose abuse. No, it felt like it, because, I mean, if you are in a cocoon and things are happening, but you can't see, what is this goo coming from? What am I eating? Is it even good for me? Just eat to stay alive. And then, kaboom, then there was the light. And you're like, oh, okay, this is what it's, yes, that's what I felt like. So when the music was completely done and presented to me, and my manager and I were driving from Limpopo, preparing for the 20-year celebration of Kelly, and we're like, okay, now that we are out of the cocoon, let's see this beautiful butterfly. And we're like, oh my God, it was all for the best. But it did not feel like it was for the best. I listen to the music now and I'm like, well, it was worth it.
How long were you in this cocoon? Just for curiosity.
2 years.
2 years?
2 years. An unplanned 2 years. And every time I wanted to do things in my own way, would be nicely sabotaged.
Do you mind telling us more? What do you mean by that?
It would just not go according to my plans. And I mean, I'm a planner. I'm a goo gaga girl. It must all come to a standstill. But, okay. Not our plan. It is your plan. Mm-hmm. So what I've also learned is that this entire journey was not so much about the music, but about spirituality. Awakening to the higher self.
How would you best describe your album, your new album, your upcoming album?
Like I say,
a rebirth.
A rebirth. But when you go from track number 1 to track 9, it's 9 months of pregnancy, and you will go through the phases of the metamorphosis. Yeah. You will see the worm part, you will feel the wormy part, and you will feel the dark part, and you will see the butterfly coming to fruition.
Which song do you think people are going to love the most?
Like I would literally call myself from my bathroom and answer it in the kitchen. All the songs.
All the songs. All right. the mood. You haven't told me. How was the mood like in studio? So specifically.
Like I said, abusive.
Who was there? Collaboration.
Moinzi was there. So, this rebirth is very selfish, if I should say so myself. Because when you also awaken, you understand that everything is energy, and everything that you attach yourself determines the outcome of what you want out of that product. So it is a very selfish project. It is me, 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 and me. And we do have Mondli, bits and parts of Mondli there and there in some songs. You can hear him in the background. Decided to put him as a backup singer. Yes, Lala, it probably laughed. A joke. But really, in all honesty, this is a very selfish project. And I remember my team and I having a conversation of who would I like to have. And I was like, I have a wish list. However, can I hold back on that? Can I just be reborn and completely know what this looks like once it's born? Then I can have collaborations.
Having gone through the rebirth or being reborn, what are your hopes for Kelly Khumalo going forward? Or what do you plan to do now that you've been reborn?
I don't know. Whatever that feels right and makes Kelly happy. You see, planning. I've learned good to plan. Well, it's great to plan and have a wish list. I mean, I do. I have 20 years of Kelly Khumalo that I'll be taking across the country. We're starting in Limpopo and ending up in KZN. However, that's fine. That's achievable. But in terms of how far this is determined by the plans that God has for me, the plans to prosper me, not to harm me. All I want is to continue to be impactful. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I'm trying to fish and try, but like the album, so there won't be any spoilers. Is there a song that maybe describes directly or clearly how maybe any situation that you were going through?
Yes.
You know?
I think I'm not going to tell you. You must go and listen to it. You must go and listen. You must have a listen. It's called Izibusiso. Izibusiso, it paints a perfect picture of how I got to this blessing. A blessing that takes you through doors that you never thought you would get into. It is blessing that walks you through the valley of shadows of death, and you're like, oh Ngosi, can I? And you can. And then there's a door that opens, and this door is still leading you to your blessings, but the wilderness is there, So it paints a picture. Oh my God, why am I getting heebie-jeebies as I try to explain this? Anyway, so, Izibusiso.
Why did you stop yourself?
Is Busi. So it just gives you so many doors that I've had to maneuver to carry this blessing and to get to a place where I fully embrace the blessing that I am.
Did you feel the need to address or to have this reborn or rebirth, through an album? Did you feel the need of it?
I'm not addressing. Mm-hmm. I never ever want anyone to feel like I'm addressing. I have nothing to address to anyone. This is just me sharing my journey. I'm not addressing. There's no need for me to address. This is a body of work that's solely from my heart to the rest of the people that are opened to receive it.
Yeah. What would you say, it's like a fourth last question, what would you say about your core fan base?
Zinja, my daughter, Zinja. Let me tell you.
Do you feel them? Do you hear them?
All of those things you've just mentioned, there's none of them that is wrong. When the word of God says, go to the world of the unknown and I will surround you with the right people. My gift is not to be consumed by many. And so am I. I'm not to be consumed by many. And if I'm unconsumable to the next person, I take no offense. I'm not for your palate. I'm not for everyone's palate. But for those who I am for, God. Hands down, I will tell you there, here and there, that Abu Makhelwane have, I get even emotional because that's what love is.
As in direct neighbors.
That's what I call them, because to me, spiritually, we are neighbors. We live our lives like we are. I've mastered how photographers, especially work in this business. They wait for that moment and they want to take that picture so that they can attach it to a story that's rubbish, that's going to come out whether 2 years from now or whenever from now. Unfortunately for you, you are not going to get that picture from me. I call them Abu Makhelwane simply because spiritually, we are neighbors. We come from the same place. We may do different things here in the 3D. However, spiritually, we get each other. And I've never had to explain myself to them. I have never, not even one day. And I've never had a question, and they've never questioned me. They've supported me tirelessly with no questions asked. You know why? We know each other.
Yeah. What do you hope that what do you hope that they take away from your new body of work, your rebirth?
Sure. I think it's not so much about taking away. It's so much about celebrating how far we have come together. Now it's not about, I want you to take, I just want you to sit and soak in this blessing that we have all created hand in hand in the past 20 years, through thick and thin in the past 20 years. All I want is for you to soak in this blessing that we have collectively built.
And is there any other special songs that we should look out for, maybe?
There is a song for them. What is it called again? Pardon me, it's new music. Makhelwane ube muhle kimi nami bemuhle kuwe. It's just a beautiful song. I haven't named the songs as yet because we are still in production, but they will know the song when it comes out. It's for them.
Kelly, third last question. I know I keep saying third last question.
Please stop with this. Just have a conversation.
No, you know why?
I'm not going to say, listen, I'm running. I'm not running anywhere.
Okay, perfect. A lot of people grow impatient, but as we talk, some questions pop up.
No, I'm a very patient lady.
Yes.
Very patient.
I mean, your album, a lot of people have been waiting for you to release something.
I know.
That waiting period, what was that like?
Like I told you, I was going through abuse.
No, as in for you in day-to-day life?
Abuse, another abuse.
Performing and stuff?
Pardon again?
Were you performing or were you...
Phela ukuthi music awukho doesn't mean ukuthi aculwa phandle on stages. It's not determined by that. So I've set goals to release at a particular time, which I wasn't able to. So having to go through questions from fans who were like, yeah, but you said this would come. But I've learned to understand that this is not controlled by me. And just all I can do is wait. It's daunting, it's uncomfortable, but I wait. Even I get to wait for my own work. So this business is all about patience. Especially years of what? It's not years of waiting, it's just 2 years. It's just 2 years. And also, I'm glad I waited. I cannot cook something that is half done. That's another thing about me. I'm a perfectionist. So as much as the wait was uncomfortable, but it was for the best.
Yeah. 20 years? What are your hopes and dreams going forward? Like for the next maybe 20 years or 30 years?
Asiphume lapho sis, my hopes and dreams. Let God lead the way. Angasiwafuna manga mntana endlozi. Asiwafuna manga mntana endlozi. I'm planning. I'm hoping. I'm going to do. You see, once you get to this point, you realize, good. Do you know what God has in store for you? All you can do is have a wish list. Good. I wish I could do that. My wish would be a global star, African soul musician going global. That would be, that is my wish. Anything else, I want to do this. If God allows, great. If He doesn't, lovely, we keep it moving.
Yeah. With your 20 years, I mean, a lot of people would have hoped for a global status. Would you say that, with the whole marring of your name, stole away your opportunity of becoming a global star?
No.
Because having had...
No. People, you don't have that much power. I can tell you that now. If I don't have that much power over my own things, what makes you think that the next person would have that much power? God has more power. You have power over anyone's life. You don't. You are not that important. You are not that powerful.
So
God is in God's timing. In God's timing, not person's timing. In God's timing. That's the thing. You've given people too much power. Oh, because my Kenwane has seen me as this, therefore my life is not going to go forward. Nonsense. No one has that much power over anyone, except for God.
Do you care about streams? Do you care about plaques?
Oh, that's cute. I do care. My hallway looks nice. I do care. I actually do care. I actually do care, because this for me it's that heartwarming feeling when I go up the staircase or go down. It's like, nice. I've worked hard. Nice. I do care. I definitely do care. I definitely do care, because for me, the music is not for me. Yes, it does heal me as well. And also it becomes a mirror as well, to see how far I've come in the things I've gone through, in all the aspects of my life. It's a mirror, so I do care. So to know that you have, for instance, Boyompini was sitting on 25 million streams, to know 25 million people listened to my song. So it means my mission as a healer has gotten to 25 million people. So I do care. It's not so much about, yes, the staircase looks nice, but I actually genuinely care that I've gotten to touch so many people.
When it's all said and done, what type of legacy do you hope to leave behind?
I haven't thought about that. I'm not leaving anything. I'm not leaving as yet, so I'll think about it when you give me that call. When you have to go through 7 people, I'd be in the age of thinking about what kind of legacy I want to leave behind. For now, I'm not leaving. I'm at work.
I forgot to touch on love life and stuff. In terms of love life. In terms of you as Kelly, the softer side of you? How is
you
she
think I have a hard side? But this is my soft. I'm not soft.
I had to. I didn't say you're not. The softer you, is she?
What are you trying to say? Do I look unhappy? And why is hot? In fact, as we speak.
Love life, soft life.
But why do you think? Soft life is an abafana. Why mele soft life is an abafana?
Okay.
Why injabulo mele is nomfana? Why injabulo mele ingabi khona wena ukhona?
wayengaqali ngawe le njabulo akuthole so soft already because you've given yourself that kind of love and happiness and fulfillment. Why should it be expected from the next person? Why must I glow because there's a man in my life? Come on, ladies. It's Women's Month. We glow because we choose to glow.
And Kelly is
Yo ngihappy mfethu ngifuna ngihlabele ngihappy.
of me, in fact.
Yimi umfana la.
But
No, seriously, I love love on a lighter note. I love love. What I've learned in this industry is that my business is my business. Who I fondle with is none of the world's business. So I fondle with whoever I fondle with. I do things, or I'm married to whoever. If I'm married, that's my person and that's my business. And you, my friend, your focus is my music.